Welcome back, developers. In this tutorial, we'll go over how to configure ReCaptcha v2 on a React application. I'll go ahead and create a React app from scratch. So once the app is created, I'll just start it. And you know the command is npm start. And once it's started, we'll go and check that in a browser. It will be opened in a port 3000 localhost. The next what I'm going to do is install the plugin, the React Google ReCaptcha plugin. So it's a straightforward npm installation. Once it's installed, you will see that in your package.json. Once the installation is complete, let's create a small component. I call it as ReCaptcha form. Okay, let's press that. Now let's import ReCaptcha from the ReCaptcha plugin just installed. Okay, I'm going to write a function. It's a functional component. So create a function. I'm just naming it as form, and then the function I'm going to return an HTML elements. So my idea is to create a form. Just put a code snippet here. So create a form, and then the form contains 2 text boxes and then a button. Now as a final step, let's export this function. Alright, cool. Now we'll open app.js and then register the React CAPTCHA form which we just created. The component will import it here, and then we're going to use it in the app.js, and we'll type it as form, right? That's the method we are exporting. All right. So then open a browser and see the form appears. There you go. All right. Next thing is you have to go to Google and get a site key. That's very important to make this work. So you can register in Google and get a private one of your own, but there is a developer friendly one which we can use. Anybody can use it. So I'm going to use that. So copy the site key which goes into the front end, and there is a secret key which is used in the backend code. So you will be seeing this small box. That's for actual captcha. Once we implement the code properly, you will see this appearing in the web page. So let's go and do that. We have already imported the captcha from the captcha bundle, React captcha bundle. And now I'm going to bring that tag in and pass the props. So I've brought that code, and then you'll see the key, site key, which we just copied, using that, the site key, right? So the site key is what we need here. Another one is an on-click. On the on-click event, I'm going to call a custom function. It's called verify callback, and I'm going to send. I'm going to send this token which we get from the Google, and I'm going to alert it. Okay, you can alert it, or you can just print it in the console. I can log that whichever way you like to do so. I'm just doing both. Once this is done, we need to go back to the browser. Go back to the browser, and then we'll see how that works. Now you can see the captcha box appear. So on click of that checkbox, so it will call the Google server, and then we'll call our callback function which we just written, and then we have an alert mechanism there, like just to alert the token out there. And the second way is like once we get the token, you can go from a backend and call the Google API again to make sure that the token what I got in the UI is from the correct one which I'm coming from my site itself. right? You don't need to get fooled by a bot. So what you do is like you have to call the Google URL and then the query parameters. So remember, we got the secret key. We have the secret key from the Google site where the developer site is. I'm going to put that as a query parameter. So the key to that parameter is secret, and the token what we received from the UI is a response. So basically, you have to send from a UI. You have to send this token to your backend, and you can use any backend, your favorite backend language, and then call Google API from your backend and make sure the token you received from your site itself. So that way you have two-way of binding, two-way of validation. So one step is to get from the UI and second one from the backend. See, so once you send the request to the Google API from backend, you will get a response back saying that okay, this is true. Since it is a test key, it's always give it true, and the host name is testkey.google.com. So this is a simple way of implementing CAPTCHA. So this CAPTCHA V2. So there is V3 available, which is a score-based mechanism. Thank you.